Exercising creativity is a need. I think all of us have an innate, inherent creative sense within us. The way people exercise that and use that is different, but even to like speak a sentence or communicate anything comes from a creative place. We're doing it constantly. Ogden Contemporary Arts is creating this really unique exhibit where they're bringing together artists and students. So I've had the opportunity to lead a few workshops with some middle school age kids. So I was able to introduce them to collage. Some of them had a little bit of experience and others had no experience. I got to watch them and coach them and kind of show them some techniques and approaches, talk about color, composition, layers, just kind of guide them through this activity. And then we chose a few of their pieces to put on display at Ogden Contemporary Arts. So I'll have a piece there that I'm working on, and then we'll just display all of our work together.
Being able to kind of cultivate a space and time that was very intentional around creating artworks and not having to have like a background in art to make these artworks. And I feel like that's where the collage comes in. It's such a beautiful medium for that. It's just looking at stuff, images, colors, shapes, information, and piecing it together in your own way, creating your own narrative, your own story out of that. And at the end of the workshop, I asked that question, you know, the show is called Radical Joy. Like, what does that mean to you guys now that you spent 3 days doing this? And that was sort of the sense they had of just being able to like have a time and space to make that work. The separation from normal life, daily life, you kind of leave it all behind and come in and just kind of make some artworks, have fun, have a little time to get out of it.
On our first workshop, I introduced sewing, and it was really cool to see a lot of them who've never sewn before be able to grasp it. It's always so rewarding to see someone else be able to achieve something that maybe they didn't think they could. Really just about introducing them to fabric and multiple materials and ways to incorporate them together to create one piece. So if that be using glue or sewing, cutting, and finding different ways to assemble them together to then create this fabric panel that represents joy to them. That's maybe their favorite colors or favorite design or materials that brought them some happiness.
I think bringing a platform for expression is so important, especially during childhood. At that age, you don't have a lot of control in your life. You don't have control of, you know, what school you go to, or like when you get picked up, or like what activities you're gonna do that day. And I feel like through art, you're able to have that control, but also be able to express yourself. There's no wrong way to do it. You'll see in the pieces that are in the show that there's some kids who went super abstract and just was like, let's throw some bead on canvas. And there were some that like were very detailed and deliberate and strategic with how they did it. There's a lot of concern over failure with like certain mediums. And with this method, it's like, go crazy, explore, try something new. And ultimately, that's the beauty of art and exploration.